Hello everyone, this is Shivam Jha. I hope you guys are doing well and safe at your home. Today in this video we are going to talk about operating system and some of its functions. So without any further ado, let's get started with the topic titled Operating System and Functions of Operating System. Now let's take a look on the contents which we are going to see in further slides. So the contents are Introduction to Operating System, Types of Operating System, and at the last operating system functions. Here a question arises, what is operating system or what operating system means actually. So the basic and proper definition of operating system is an operating system is an interface between a computer user and computer hardware, or we can say that an operating system is a communication bridge between user and hardware. The operating system is also known as system software. Now, all the computers must have an operating system in order to work. The operating system is only responsible for all the functions of hardware as well as the software. Let's know more about operating system in simple and easily understandable manner by this video. I assure you guys have no queries about operating system after watching this video. So, let's start the video.
What is an operating system? Now this is the starting point for anyone who needs to study operating systems. This is the most basic question that will come to your mind. In this video, we will discuss two topics to understand what is an operating system. First, we will have a look at the definition of an operating system and we will try to understand its meaning as well. And in the second topic, we will see where exactly an operating system fits in the overall computer system. This will help us understand the role played by an operating system in the functioning of a computer. So let's start. Whenever you switch on your laptop, desktop, tablet or even a mobile phone, you might have observed that it takes some time to load your home screen. Here, your device is starting a software in the background, and this software will help you control your computer or mobile device and lets you run other applications on top of it. This software will be running as long as your device is running, and it stops only when your device shuts down. If you are even remotely a tech-savvy person, you will know what this software is. It is an operating system. To define it formally, an operating system is an important piece of program that manages the computer hardware and other software applications. Using an operating system, you can utilize the hardware components like CPU, memory, input and output devices like keyboard, mouse, etc. So therefore, an operating system also acts as an intermediate between the computer hardware and you, the computer user. You can say it acts as a middleman. This is because the user cannot give commands directly to the CPU in machine language, nor can the CPU interact with the user directly. So there needs to be a middleman which communicates and translates all interactions between the user and the CPU. Now let's see where exactly the operating system fits in the overall computer system structure. A computer can be divided into four components. At the core, we have the hardware, which comprises of CPU, memory, and other I/O devices. On top of this, there is an operating system, which controls and coordinates the use of hardware by various applications. Application programs are the software tools or utilities which the users run to carry out their tasks. These programs can utilize the hardware resources through the help of operating systems. Some examples of application programs are the word processors, spreadsheets, compilers, and even the browser you have opened right now to watch this course. And finally, on the other end, we have the real computer users who interact with the computer in order to get some tasks performed. So based on this figure here, you can see that the operating system occupies a crucial spot in the architecture of a computer system. And without operating systems, it would be very difficult to utilize a computer effectively.
I hope you enjoyed the video. Now let's take a look on different types of operating systems. Basically, there are many types of operating systems are available in market, but some of the famous operating systems are Android operating system, Mac OS or iOS, both are the same, Linux and Windows. As you can see in this picture, the identification symbols or we can say logos are present for these operating systems. Now let's take a look on a short video about these operating systems for better understanding.
Every computer has an operating system. The operating system is the most important program that runs on a computer. It's sort of like a super program. It's what controls the computer's hardware, allowing you to use your mouse, keyboard, and display. And it's what allows you to run all of the other programs that you want to use. There are a variety of different operating systems. Three of the most common ones for computers are Windows, Mac OS, and Linux. Mobile devices also run operating systems, the two most common being iOS for Apple devices and Android for pretty much everything else. The operating system that your computer is running will determine what the interface looks like and what kind of programs you can run on it. This is because programs are operating system specific, meaning that you can't run a Windows application on a Mac or vice versa. In the same way, it also affects the kind of viruses and other malicious software that your computer is vulnerable to. For example, a virus that infects PCs can't infect a Mac or Linux, and the same is true in reverse. For every operating system, there are also different versions that are released as time goes on. A PC that runs Windows might be running Windows 7, Windows 8, or Windows 10. There is no Windows 9, don't ask me why. A Mac computer might be running OS X version 10.9, 10.10, 10.11, etc. And a Linux machine might be running one of any number of popular Linux distributions. The interfaces of these common operating systems share a lot of similarities. All of them use a keyboard and a mouse. All of them give you a visual desktop space to work with that uses icons to represent files, folders, and applications. These similarities will work in your favor. Once you're proficient with one operating system, learning another one will be pretty quick and easy. I hope you've enjoyed this video.
So that was it. I hope you understood the different types of operating system. Now let's take a look on functions of operating system. Actually, there are many functions of operating systems exist, but some of the major functions are given below. The major functions of operating systems are GUI, which means graphic user interface, networking, then we have disk management, or we can say file systems, then we have process management, and last but not the least, memory management. Let's know more about these functions deeply in further slides. Okay, so GUI. GUI stands for Graphical User Interface. Nowadays, almost every operating system uses GUI because it's very easy to access and user-friendly and understandable as well. Here is one of the graphical user interface used in the Windows OS, as you can see in the picture. Now, networking. In today's scenario, most of the operating systems are capable of using the TCP and IP universally. Here, TCP stands for Transmission Control Process and IP means Internet Protocol. So, basically, networking is a function available in OS which provides a facility to connect with people via internet all across the globe. In this picture, see how all the systems are connected each other through internet. Now let's see disk management or file systems. Every operating systems have their different file systems. A file system is basically proper organization of all the files and folders in a proper manner. As you see in this picture, this is very well organized and simple to use management system. Now let's take a look on memory management. How memory are managed in operating system. In a system, there are different memory types. It could be use memory such as registers, cache memory, RAM, and disk storage, or we can say it ROM. So the OS manages all the memory and make it more easy and accessible. OS does this task in memory management. Which memory is free, which is going to be free, to allocate the data and vice versa of it, the swapping between the main memory and secondary memory, etc. These tasks are done by the OS in memory management. Now let's take a look on process management. How processes are managed by operating system in a system. So a multitasking operating system allows the computer to perform many different tasks, processes at the same time. Then the CPU can only focus on one process at a time. So the operating system tells the CPU to give each process a very short time slice, or you can say time slot. This happens very fast, making it seem like the processes are occurring at the same time. Okay, that's all from my side. Here is the reference links which makes our task more easier. For more deep and detailed information about the topic, please go through these links. Hope you guys really enjoyed this presentation and learned something new. Thank you so much for your important time.